Hey, what's going on? Good morning. It is Paul Farmer, Paul G. I don't even want to say Paul G. Farmer. Welcome to Freedom Project Live. This is episode 187. 187. And what I like to do on these is share with you my journey online, mindset tips, marketing tips, and anything else that I feel will be of value to you. So, what I've been doing recently, this is day 22. What I've been doing recently is tracking my progress uh, but with this one opportunity I'm doing based on what I'm learning in this private community that I'm a part of, where I get access to multi-millionaire marketers teaching a proven strategy that's been they've been doing this for nearly 30 years now, tons and tons of success stories. So I'm actually documenting my progress, talking about what's going on, talking about what I'm doing to grow my business, talking about any tweaks or anything I'm doing. I'm literally just sharing everything with you. So, and part of the reason I wanted to do this, one, I wanted to prove to myself that I could go start another opportunity, an opportunity that many may see as challenging, more challenging. And I wanted to show like, hey, you could go do this without paid marketing as long as you do the work, as long as you stay consistent. You can go and do this. Now, I have no clue how long it's going to take. I'm going through the process. Now, in the past doesn't matter. The future, what matters is now, what you do now. But in the past, I have gone from zero to a full-time income within 3 months. Within 3 months, so zero within 3 months, and that's actually what my mentor says. He said, if you can't get to a full-time income in your business in 3 months, you're doing something very, very, very wrong. Okay, so I've done it in a different opportunity. I've actually done it in a couple different opportunities, but I'm doing it in this one because this one our wealth vehicle pays $1,000 commissions. And that is something that can help anybody. That can help anybody. Unfortunately, what happens in this industry is people come in, they look for the most uh, inexpensive thing possible, the easiest thing possible, and then they go and try to make something happen from that. And I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't grow a very sizable income with a very low ticket offer over time, build that residual up, build up that team, but it's just going to take a while. So if you want to do it faster than slower, like that's the 3 to 5 year plan. But if you want to do it within, months, not years, and still be able to grow something else, then this is a great way to go about doing it. And one of the things I like about it is it's one-time payment. You pay one time and you're done paying. You're done. And now you focus on the strategies that don't involve paid marketing. So you don't have a paid marketing budget you need to worry about. You just do the free strategies and you do what's taught. Now, I'm going through the process right now. I have made, a few sales, a couple sales here. And no, honestly, those aren't really stellar results. Those aren't really head turning results. I'll admit that. And to be completely honest with you here, because I want this to be as transparent as could be, at the present time, I'm going through it. I'm going through it. I'm going through the time in the journey where you start questioning. It's like, is it worth doing this? Is this even working? And you find yourself getting in a place where it's like, well, maybe I should just focus on something that costs less, because people have the money for that, and it's an easier path, right? And you get caught up in that. So I'm just being honest here. I don't know who the hell does this, but I'm being honest with you. So I'm going through this process right now, and my mentor says this. Okay, so when you're going through this process, what happens is you're doing the activities, right? You're doing the activities, but the money's not showing up in the bank account yet. But you're doing the activities. You're having conversations. You're having people that are taking interest, but the money's not showing up yet, right? So what happens with the majority of people that go through this process the few that continue through and break through the, break through the wall and go on and make very good income. The rest, though, they will do this for 3 days. They will do this for a week. They will do this for 3 weeks. And they'll start looking at it and go, well, this isn't working. I'm not getting results. There's no money coming in. There must be an easier way. There must be a better way, right? And before they know it, they're off the path. Before they know it, they're off trying something different and starting all over again. So you are literally witnessing me going through this process. And right now, like this morning, I woke up and one of my thoughts, and I had to correct myself, was, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I'm just being honest. I don't know who does this, but I'm being honest here. I promised myself I would be vulnerable and I would share with you the real journey, not the, hey, look at the checks. Hey, look at the money coming in. No, I would share with you the real journey, the bad parts. Okay. So the bad parts are, I don't feel like doing this. That's the bad part, right? I don't feel like doing this. Why the hell am I coming on video sharing this with you? Why am I doing that? Right? Like, that's the bad part. Why am I messaging people and constantly getting people giving me excuses over and over again? Why am I doing that? Why am I talking to people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get the money, and then they don't get the money? Like, why go through that process, right? Because it's just part of the process. It's just what happens in any business. Grant Cardone, I don't know if you heard of Grant Cardone's story, but, I've read 10X Rule, I don't know how many times, many times. And he talks about how when he was starting his business, how he would just literally go into offices, just drop by or cold call people like nonstop and just get no, over and over and over again. But he didn't care. He just kept coming. He kept coming. They didn't know who he was. He's all, I had to fight through the noise. I had to do the work. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter. He was gonna break through regardless. So that's what I'm going through right now. Like, I'm telling myself, just keep going. Like, you've done it in the past in something else. Like, you've broken through the wall. It works. And I want to say this too. Okay. So I'm just being completely honest here. I'm not fluffing things up and trying to make it what it's not. This is real, but I'm going through these steps. So my goal is, 75 connections a day. Do a video a day. I do a training a day with my team, which, by the way, that's exciting because I am seeing people that they're going out and taking action like they've never taken action before. They're starting to get sales. I could see a mindset shift happening with them. So that's exciting. That fires me up. That actually gets me excited for the day because that's what I actually like doing. I actually like helping people break through. It's what I like doing, So that's one of the things I really look forward to. So when people show up and they start going out and they start applying what's being taught and they start seeing results, like, that's exciting to me. Even if they don't see results, but they're taking action, that's exciting to me. Because most people get in their head and they never take action. They never take action. They're just like, oh, well, excuse after excuse after excuse of why. And I went through it. I've gone through it. Believe me, I've gone through it. And I face this every single day. Every single day I wake up, I go, I don't feel like it. I don't want to go message people. I don't want to make a video. I don't want to do a training. I go through it like every day. That happens. I don't feel like working out. Who the hell cares? See, there's some things that happened in January. So my mentor says this, like, people don't typically become coachable, become teachable until they hit a breaking point, until they hit their breaking point. So he's like, most people go to a job and they're comfortable. They're not making enough money. Their life isn't going to change in any dramatic fashion, but they're comfortable. They're not at a breaking point. So they're not teachable. They're not ready. They're not coachable. They're not there yet. So it's not until, and he has all kinds of documentation, but it's not until people hit their breaking point, get to the point where they're just like, they're living off of credit cards, or they've maxed out their credit cards. They have nothing else. And they hit that point, and that's when they're teachable. But until they hit that point, they're not teachable. and they'll go out and do all kinds of other things and pretend that they're doing something that's going to help them, but they're not really. They're trying to figure out on their own. Like he said, it's like they're peering through a glass, right? They're peering through a window, trying to figure out what everybody's doing that's making money, but they're not on the inside. They're on the outside, but they're peering through, trying to figure it out. Does that sound familiar to you? Does that sound like something that you've done? I know it's something I used to do. I would go to someone's wall, or I'd go to their YouTube channel, and I'd try to piece together what it was they were doing, looking from the outside, not getting on in the inside. So that's what this community is all about, is you're on the inside. You're being taught what to do. And I can tell you, just going through the process right now, one of the things that keeps me going, besides my other drivers, besides, wanting more in life and wanting to just wanting to help more people and things like that. That's kind of personal, but besides that, what keeps me going is seeing all these success stories and seeing that there is a proven plan, and that we have a proven plan, and what I got to do is follow the proven plan. So I'm not like, so if I was in a position where I was out there like, oh, well, let me just try to figure this out on my own. I was peering through the window, right? I was peering through the window, trying to figure it out. If I was in that position, there's no way on hell I would keep going. What I would be doing instead is go, oh, you know what? I did this for 3 weeks. I've done this for 22 days. It's not working. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go find another way. I'm going to go find a different program, right? And before you know it, whoop, you're off the path. And you're starting all over again, and you're spinning your wheels. So that's so I heard another story I want to share with you. I was going to talk about ego today, based on this book. Danny Johnson is someone I started learning from like early on, but I wasn't ready. Looking back, I wasn't ready. And one of the things she talks about is ego. So I was actually going to come on today and read the part about ego, because ego is way more than just knowing it all, right? Thinking you know it all. Ego is being shy. That's ego. So if you're not doing videos because you're shy, if you're not reaching out to people and sharing what you're doing because you're shy, that's ego. And ego prevents you from getting what you want. That's just two forms of ego. There are so many forms of ego, but hearing it in her words in this book will really make you understand better. Because when I first heard it, I didn't understand. I was like, ego, whatever. Now, my mentor now talks about ego all the time. You got to lose your ego. You got to lose your pride. It makes a lot more sense. And then that's what brought me back to this book. I'm like, wait a minute, there's all kinds of forms of ego. Thinking you have enough, that's a form of ego. So there's a lot of different things. Thinking you can't do it, that's a form of ego. Thinking that, about what other people think of you, that's a form of ego. All this stuff holds you back from your greatness. All of it. It all does. So I'll do that maybe tomorrow. I don't know when I'll do that, but I will do that. And we'll break down like all the disguises of ego, because I think it's such a powerful thing to understand, because then you can really look at what you're doing, because what you're doing is what's creating the results you're getting. What I'm doing is creating the results I'm getting. So that's powerful, and that's something we all need to work on. The other point I wanted to make, and I'm going to wrap this up. The other point I wanted to make was this. My mentor was telling a story of this lady who was living on her credit cards. She's living on her credit cards, basically at the end of her rope. And having been someone that has lived on his credit cards before, I understand this completely, okay? But she was living on her credit cards, and she surrendered. She was like, enough's enough. I'm at my breaking point. I don't want to do this anymore. So she got the help she needed. Now, here's the thing. Here's what stood out to me about this story, because she went from $0 to $300,000, living on her credit cards to $300,000. But anyway, what stood out to me was she wasn't even in a business opportunity when she started her training. She wasn't even in a business opportunity. She got the training first. So that's really interesting, right? And that's really the right way to do it, because what we all do, myself included, is we start a business opportunity, but we don't know how to market it. We don't know how to do anything. But we start this business opportunity, we start spending all this money, and we don't know. In any other profession, like, so when I became a teacher, for example, when I became a teacher, I had to go to 4 years of school, of college. I had to go to 4 years of college, and then I had to go another year of student teaching, like a certification program, credential program, before I could even start teaching. I had to do all this stuff before it wasn't like, hey, just go teach. No, I had to go through all this process. Doctors have to go through like a 12-year process, medical school and everything, right? Lawyers have to go through a process. Dentists have to go through a process. You name it, whatever the career, you name it, there is training first. And you don't get to go out and do anything until you go through that training. So it's like we got this all backwards. Like, we come into these business opportunities, we're like, oh, well, I'm going to go try to figure this out on my own and see what's going on, right? And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You waste time, you waste money. You want to shortcut your success, get with a mentor, get with someone that has the results you want to get, and do what they do, as long as they're willing to share with you, But I'm going to say this in closing. Even if I didn't want to promote the product, even if I, even if I couldn't promote the product, let's say I don't have a payment process, right? I can't promote it, right? Even if I couldn't, but it was my ticket to get the proven formula from a multimillionaire mentor. If I could get access to that, even if I couldn't do the product, even if I couldn't even accept payments or anything, right? Because of payment process or whatever, even if I would want to get the training, that's how I am. That's how I think, because it's the training. I keep saying this. It's the training that will set you free, not the product, training. Okay. The product that we have is your ticket to get the training, to get the help you need to go out and dominate anything. Not the product, not the training, not the product, not the program, not the comp plan, the training. Okay. Now, it may sound like a broken record, but that's what I truly believe. And I am someone that does what he says he's going to do. So whether or not you want to promote the product doesn't even matter. Truthfully, it doesn't even matter. It's your ticket to get the help you need. That's what it is. And sure, you can go pay a coach. I mean, you can go out, just think about it. If you were to go hire a coach, you would pay the coach. Okay. You would not have an opportunity to go sell a product. You would just have to hire the coach and learn from the coach, but there would be no opportunity. See, people get hung up on the product for whatever reason. They get hung up on, oh, no. I'm already in a network marketing company. Oh, no. I'm already doing an online marketing. Oh, no. Whatever, right? But what they're missing is they're not getting the training. They're not having someone show them the way. So they're hung up on the product. Oh, I don't. And I did this. So I understand it. So if that's you and you're struggling, you're not getting results, you're not making a full-time income online, then you really got to look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? Maybe I don't know enough. I mean, just look at your results. If you're not getting the results you want, you don't know, right? And we got to accept that. And look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? Enough's enough. Enough's enough. I'm gonna get my ticket, right? I'm going to pay for my ticket to get the proven plan. I don't care if the product isn't my passion or any of this other crap, okay? Because it's the training. It's the training that's going to set you free. It's the training that's going to help you dominate your primary business or whatever it is you want to do. It could be offline too. We have stories of people in real estate that have gone on, consultants, people, they're all walks of life, all different professions. The training works for anything, online, offline. So if you're doing insurance, you're selling insurance, this will work for you. Real estate, this will work for you. sales, of course, and just really anything. I mean, there's people apply it to anything. Selling timeshares, it will work for you. There's a guy, he was making $160 a month. $160 a month. He was in Mexico, and somehow he found a way to get started, to get the mentoring, because he knew he needed it. $160 a month. 160. That included everything: his living expenses, food, everything for the whole month. Somehow he found a way, and now he's done over $200,000. Completely changed his life around. So that's why I know for a fact money isn't the issue. With someone that's making $160 a month can find a way to get the money, to get the training, get the help he needs, then anyone can. They just got to have the desire, the creativity, become resourceful. That's all it is. So just a matter of how bad do you want it, and really how much suffering you want to go through before you do hit that breaking point and you do surrender your pride and ego and you just go, you know what, screw it, I'm done, I don't want to suffer anymore, I'm in. So anyway, that's what I got. I'm going to get back to it today, same thing. And I'm going to say this last point before I go. And it's funny, when I do these lives, I start thinking of things, they just come to me. Last point: if I didn't have evidence that this process is working, because I have numerous people that see the value, they're getting the money. I have numerous people that say they're getting started on a certain date. We'll see what happens. But if that wasn't happening, if people weren't watching the video, learning about it, would I still be doing it? I mean, I would still be doing it because I'm committed to it. But I'm just saying that helps. So obviously there is value. Obviously there are people that do see the value and do want what we have. So that's just something that that helps too, But if it wasn't there, you focus on the process, you trust the process, and that's all there is. Okay, so that's what I got. Hopefully you got some value today. If you'd like to learn more about the private community I'm a part of, click the link right below. And I actually updated it because I had an issue yesterday with the page that was there. I actually updated it. So now it actually goes to a video that talks about the community, that goes over what it is and everything. Because before I didn't have that in there. So now you'll actually get that information. So anyway, I'm still working a little bit on that to make it a little better, but it will give you the information. But the God honest truth here, if you're just going to click that link because you're curious and you're not serious about doing something to actually get you what you want in life, probably not even worth clicking on it, to be honest. Reach out to me and I can plug you in. I can share with you what I know. But too many people do that. They just go, oh, well, I'm going to click on the link and I'm going to see what it is. I'm just curious. And then they're out. Oh, nope, don't want that. Nope, I don't want any help. I don't need it. I'm good. And they're out. So with that, make it a great day. See you on the next one.